I hope everyone can hear me and see me. Had some technical difficulties last time. We tried to do one of these live sessions. If anyone can put in the chat that you are here and that you can hear me, that would be great. So I know. Okay. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer to see if people are checking in. All right. I see we have 5 viewers right now. If someone could please put in the chat that they are able to hear me, so I'm not just talking to myself here, that would be great. As we get started, my name is Malin Helmerson. I'm the study abroad coordinator here at SAM Houston. My office is in Farrington 116. It is slightly messy behind me right now because we're right in the middle of getting all our spring and summer applications in. It is not too late for you yet if you want to study abroad in the summer. All right, we'll get started. So start the presentation. All right, I hope everyone can see that. All right, so as I mentioned, my name is, let's see if I can, got it. All right, so my name is Malin Helmerson, the study abroad coordinator here on campus. And I'm sure you all have different reasons for why you're at this presentation right now. Some reasons why students choose to study abroad are thinking about it. Employers are increasingly looking for workers who have some sort of cross-cultural competencies. And it's really, study abroad is one of the best ways for students to show that they do have these competencies. And study abroad is something that's employers are looking for, and even like grad schools are looking for students who have studied abroad. A lot of SAM Houston's graduates do stay in the state of Texas after graduation, and Texas is one of the most internationalized states in the U.S., so having that intercultural competency on your resume is a really great thing. You really, as a study abroad student, maybe one of the reasons to why you are looking into studying abroad is to see the world and visit a dream destination. That was one of the reasons why I chose to study abroad many years ago during my undergrad. And you really get to experience a place in a very different way. Say if you would go there for a vacation for a week or two, but more living in the culture, learning more about it. You make lifelong friends. For me, that was very true as well. When I studied abroad, I still have friends that I'm very close with, both students that are local in that country and students that from other countries were studying abroad in the same place as I was. You learn new skills such as intercultural communication and critical thinking, adaptability and problem solving, confidence, financial management experience. These are, if you've been looking at job descriptions, these are some of those words that often pop up in job descriptions. So study abroad is a way where you can show that you do have these. And when you're studying abroad, you'll discover confidence and a sense of independence that you never knew you had. When I studied abroad, I'd been abroad for a year, and when I came home, one of the first things that my mom told me was that I was now an adult. I was a lot more independent, and I knew what I wanted. We do want you to complete your academic requirements when you're studying abroad. We don't want it to slow you down. For most students, studying abroad does not slow them down. If you choose to take courses that are not towards your degree, then it will slow you down. But we try very hard to find the perfect program for you that will not slow you down, that have all the courses that you need. A lot of students don't think that study abroad is for them, or especially for financial reasons, that it's really expensive, and it really does not have to be. We do have a lot of programs that are affordable. Some are even more affordable than staying in Huntsville or at SAM Houston for one semester. And we also have programs that could be more expensive, but you have a lot of control over the budget yourself as well. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on. All right, so I touched on this before as well, that studying abroad is a big career advantage. Studies have showed that it's easier for study abroad alumni to find a job. They are about twice as likely to find a job within a year of graduation as students that did not study abroad. Other studies have found that study abroad students have a 25% higher starting salary than those who do not study abroad. You learn new job skill. You have better ability to adapt in rapidly changing work environments and to respond to people of different, diverse cultural backgrounds, and that you have better job satisfaction. All right, so now we'll get started on actually looking at the study abroad programs that STEM Houston offer. So at STEM Houston, we have 3 different kinds of study abroad programs. We have our faculty-led programs, we have our exchange programs, and then we have our affiliated transfer programs. And I will go in on them a little bit more. All right, so for our faculty-led programs, you are taking a STEM Houston course taught by a STEM Houston professor, and in the class there will be other STEM Houston students. The difference with these other courses, they're taught abroad. And the most of our faculty programs are during the summer for about 2 to 3 weeks. You pay STEM Houston tuition like you would on campus, and you pay a program fee. The program fee includes lodging, in-country travel, site visits, tours, sometimes meals, sometimes airfare. And that program fee goes to cover those kind of expenses. Sometimes airfare is not included, and that's an additional fee. And you also need to pay like personal expenses while you're there, like souvenirs and things like that. We try to be really transparent what the cost would actually be for you. So you, on our website for our faculty-led programs, we do have estimated pro and cost sheets where we think will be the final cost for you. Of course, there are some things that we cannot account for, and we've done our very best to estimate like what flights would be and what the different expenses could be that you encounter. I am going to put a link in the chat where you can find the link to our faculty-led programs. And since this is a faculty-led program, you're taking a STEM Houston course, your STEM Houston financial aid and scholarships apply just if you were on campus. All right, for 2019, we do have a few different faculty-led programs. These are you can find them on our website. Agriculture is going to Ireland and the UK. Art is going to Italy. Business economics, they have 3 different programs. They're going to Japan, Germany, and China. History is taking a course to the southeast of the United States. So even though it is not a broad course, we call it a study away program instead. And it's still like great opportunity. And if you maybe want to experience the Southeast United States and say Civil Wars program, this is a great opportunity. The English department is going to London. Marketing is going to the United Arab Emirates in December. Nursing is going to Costa Rica, and they have 1 program in May and 1 in December. They are part of the spring and fall semester. Political science is going to Taiwan. Physics is going to Australia, and the physics program is 2 core classes. So if you have any science core left, this would be a great opportunity for you, open to all students. Security studies is going to Poland. It's cross-listed with a criminal justice course. Spanish is going to Costa Rica. So you can take your intermediate 1 and 2, or you can take Spanish 3369 and 4370. A lot of these programs are open to all majors as long as you meet the prerequisites for the courses. So if you are not a major or minor in these programs, but you have general electives, they might be great opportunities for you. All right, moving on to our exchange programs. So for the exchange programs, you pay STEM Houston tuition and fees, but you take the classes abroad at our partner universities. Most of our exchange programs are during a semester or maybe even a year long. We have a few that are for the summer. When you go on an exchange program, you have to be a full-time student. So if you're going on a semester program, you have to take at least 12 credit hours abroad. You can say if you take 12 credit hours at the host university, but if you really need to take 15 credits that semester, or if there's a course you really need to take, you can also take a STEM Houston online class if you need to. One thing that makes our exchange programs a bit different is that you will receive normal STEM Houston credits for the class, so it will count towards your degree. However, you will not receive a letter grade. You will receive a credit or no credit for that class. This means that your STEM Houston or your GPA in general will not be affected by the exchange program. So if you're trying to increase your GPA, this is not maybe the best option. But if we have done this to make sure that you can have some fun when you're abroad as well, and really experience the culture and not spend a full semester in the library. We do want you to be good representatives of STEM Houston and of course perform your very best in class. However, a C will come back the same as an A on your transcripts for these programs. For the exchange programs, you pay housing and meals to the host university or the host country, all the living expenses. And financial aid can apply to these programs as well because you are paying STEM Houston tuition. Sorry, got a little bit lost there. So these are current exchange programs for a full semester. University of Turku in Finland, Perpignan in France, Kobe College in Japan, Fontys University in the Netherlands, University of Ljubljana in Slovenia, Kyunghee University in South Korea, Young University in South Korea, University of Bern, and University of Lausanne in Switzerland. In the right column is the estimated semester cost. That's what we think it would cost you for a full semester in that country. And that's including tuition, airfare, housing, living expenses. At the very bottom, it says that estimated cost of attendance at STEM Houston is $11,460. This is what the STEM Houston Financial Aid Office estimates that students pay at STEM Houston for one semester. This, of course, is really dependent on what you pay for things, for housing, for example, and your living expenses. But sort of a rough comparison. But of course, if you, so we estimate this, for example, that going to Slovenia for one semester is cheaper than staying at STEM Houston for one semester. However, if you choose to travel to 15 other countries in Europe while you're there, then the prices might be more expensive, but that is something that you can control yourself. I'm going to put the link to our exchange programs in the chat as well. So you have easy access to that. For our summer exchange programs, we have University of Perpignan in France. And so that is an agriculture school specifically. We have University of Lausanne in Switzerland, University of Quebec in Canada. They are French immersion programs. If you need to study a language, they might be great options. And then we have our affiliated transfer programs. So this is a separate kind of program. They are third-party companies that we are working with, and they provide study abroad opportunities for you. You do not pay STEM Houston tuition for these programs. You pay program fees directly to the program provider. And the courses that you take abroad, they will transfer back to STEM Houston, much like transfer courses. But we will complete a course competency form before you leave. We do this with exchange programs as well, so you know how the courses will come back to STEM Houston, so you're not taking a class that you don't actually will get credit for when you come back. Something that's fairly new is that, or it's a year old right now, that your STEM Houston financial aid can be applied to these programs and can help you pay for the program fees. The program providers will delay the payments for their programs until you have received your financial aid. So this is a great opportunity to use those as well. So you enroll in the course at the host university that the affiliated partner is matching you up with, and you pay almost all-inclusive program fee to the program provider. Flights are often not included in the program fee to the provider, so that would be an additional expense. But tuition is included, housing is included, sometimes meals are included, excursions are included, Health insurance is included. They have excursions. They have staff member that can help you 24/7. So there's a lot of support with these programs. I did mention that all the courses that you take on these programs, they get pre-approved before you officially apply. So the affiliated transfer programs, as long as you come through our office, we will help you get the credit for those. Our partners, they have semester, summer, or year-long programs, whichever will work best for you. Here are the partners that we are currently working with. AIFS, API, ISA, and KEI, the top four on the screen. They provide programs for most students. They have in most regions of the world, so they have some great options. Sole education abroad. They offer Spanish immersion programs, and InterDAF in Germany, they offer German immersion programs. I'm going to put this link up as well for our affiliated programs. All right, so a quick cheat sheet, a little recap of summarize what we talked about. So can I receive SHSU credits? Yes, you can for all three types of programs. For the faculty programs, you directly enrolled in a SIM Houston course. For the exchange programs, we enrolled you in a SABR, stands for Study Abroad course, that charges you SIM Houston tuition that will later be switched out with a course that you took abroad that was pre-approved. For independent affiliated programs, you will receive credit for it, but you're not paying the SIM Houston tuition. They will be transferred back, much like a transfer course, once you return and we get your transcripts. How can I pay tuition? Faculty programs and exchange programs, you pay directly to SIM Houston. And for the affiliated programs, you pay directly to the program provider. Are classes in English? Yes, they are for all three programs, unless you specifically choose to go on a foreign language program or class. For example, if you are studying Spanish or any language, sometimes foreign language classes are taught in that language in the classroom. Or if you are, for example, if you want to study in Spain and you are fluent in Spanish and can handle the coursework in Spanish, you are also welcome to take classes in the local language. There might be a language test that you need to take before you can do that, though. Can I use my financial aid? Yes, you can for all three programs. For the affiliated programs, you are not able to use some tuition waivers. For example, some VA benefits, and if you are adopted, there's some categories of tuition waivers that do not apply to the independent affiliated programs. Are the scholarships available? Yes, to all three programs. And for our affiliated programs, the program providers often gives you a grant upfront that will apply to all their programs just for being a partner with SIM Houston. But we do have other scholarships available as well for all programs. For languages is a great way to study abroad and to really learn a language and the culture. If you're studying Spanish, we recommend our faculty program to Costa Rica. Or our affiliate partner Sole Education Abroad. For French, we recommend our summer exchange programs at University of Quebec or University of Lausanne. For German, we have InterDAF in Germany for the summer as well. And for Arabic, we have MCAS in Morocco, and also a summer program. There are other options available as well. And many of some of our affiliated programs partners that offer programs all over the world, they have other language programs you can go on as well. And for example, if you're taking a BA degree where you have language requirements, maybe you want to study Korean or Japanese, you can do that as well. We have students who have completed all four courses of the language requirements in Korea through our exchange partners. So that is possible as well. If you there's a specific language that you want to study, let us know, and we will try to find the a language program for you where you can actually study that language, even if SHSU Houston is not offering it on our campus. Okay, costs. So this is something we get a lot of questions on. And costs are really going to depend a lot on your situation, your financial aid, how much you can receive, the scholarships you can apply for, where you go, and how you want to live while you're abroad. If you haven't been to the Student Money Management Center yet, I highly recommend them for in general. So even not just for study abroad, but they can really help you look at your financial aid. They can help you make budgets for a semester, help you save. Maybe you want to buy a new car when you graduate. So they can help you really look at anything has to do with money. For study abroad, you are required to go see them for a coaching session about studying abroad and specifically creating a budget for your semester, summer, year abroad. But when you're looking at your costs for studying abroad, you need to look at tuition and fees. Are you paying them directly to SHSU Houston, or are you paying them to a program provider? If you're paying to a program provider, or to SHSU Houston, is there additional program fees? So what's included in those program fees? Is the tuition already included in the program fee, or is there additional charge? Housing, is that included? Is it not included? Living expenses, what are the living costs in that country where you're going? If you don't have a passport, you need to get one. It's $145 for a new passport and $110 if it needs to be renewed. If you need a visa when you're going abroad, most likely if you're going abroad for more than 3 months, more than 90 days, you will need a visa. And visas, the cost of a visa really ranges, and it depends on the country where you're going. Most of the partners and countries and schools that we're working with, visas anything from $50 to $100, maybe $150. But again, it really depends on the country where you're going. Plane tickets is also something you need to think about. When do you want to purchase your tickets? And how much do you think they're going to be? Is it cheaper to buy 2 one-way tickets, buy 1 return ticket? And we are happy to help you look at flights. Health insurance. You have to have health insurance when you are going on a study abroad program. You don't have to have an American health insurance, but you have to have an international health insurance. And there are several companies that we can show you that students have used in the past that you can apply for. They are around $40 a month. So they are not super cheap, but they are affordable. And some programs, for example, are affiliated programs, health insurance is included. So then you don't have to worry about that. So these are things that when you're creating your budget for studying abroad, really making sure you know what you need to pay for or not. Okay, so our requirements to study abroad, you need to have a SHSU Houston GPA of 2.0 or higher. We are only looking at your SHSU Houston GPA. If this is your first semester of SHSU Houston, then you cannot apply to study abroad until you have SHSU Houston grades. I will not look at your transfer GPA or overall GPA. We're only looking at SHSU Houston GPA. You cannot study abroad during your first semester, technically not during your second semester either, because you will not have your SHSU Houston GPA in time to apply for a second semester. If you are a transfer student, if you're transferring in as a junior, we might be able to look at maybe so you can study abroad a second semester, but it really depends on a case-by-case basis. It says here that you cannot study abroad your last semester, but sometimes you are able to. For example, often if it's a summer program, you might be able to, but if it's a semester-long program, you are not. This has to do with when we get your transcripts back. If you're going abroad during the spring semester, it's your last semester, we will most likely get your transcripts back from the partner from the university around June, end of June. And SHSU Houston needs your final grades by the beginning of May. So that means that you cannot graduate that spring semester. You would have to delay your graduation until the summer semester. If you are okay with delaying your graduation, then maybe you could go abroad your last semester, but we don't really recommend it. For the summer, we often have a little bit more time to get your transcript, especially if you are completing a early summer program. A faculty-led STEM Houston program, you can do that abroad. Your last semester, that's not really a problem because you're taking a STEM Houston course where the professor will enter your grades by the STEM Houston deadlines. If you have questions about this, I'm happy to explain it to you individually as well. Our application deadlines are for the fall semester, April 1st, spring, November 1st, that was yesterday, and then summer, March 1st. Some of our programs have earlier deadlines than this, so if there is a program that you want to go on, don't wait till the last minute because the application for that specific program might already have closed. And if a program falls up before the deadline, we will not be able to accept more applications. So for the summer, we do have a few faculty-led programs that are starting to fill up already. So if you want to go on a faculty-led study abroad program, make sure you put in your applications early. I have already received applications for the fall semester of 2019 as well. So if you think you want to study abroad in the fall, come see me soon as well, and we can look at your options. Okay, let's move on to the different steps of studying abroad. We recommend that you attend a study abroad fair or a study abroad information session. That is what you're doing right now. So you have completed step 1. And then we would like you to meet with the study abroad coordinator. That would be me. And if you're going to faculty programs, we also want you to meet with the faculty leader. If you are not on campus, if you are an online student or maybe you're in the Woodlands Center and you cannot come onto campus, that's all right. I'd be happy to talk to you over the phone or over a video chat as well, so we can really get you advice and find the best program for you. If you're going on an exchange program or affiliated program, the next step is to complete the course sequence form, and this is where we pre-approve the courses that you are taking abroad, so you know what you're getting credit for and that it is a program that you can actually go on for credit. Then you apply to your desired program. You submit all the necessary STEM Houston Study Abroad documents. Fair warning, there is a lot of paperwork involved with study abroad, but it is 100% worth it, I promise. And once you have applied and you submitted all your documents, you start applying for your visa, you register for the courses, you apply for housing, you book your travel, you make all the logistical arrangements, and then you depart, and hopefully you will have one of the best semesters of your entire college career. All right, we've talked about costs, we've talked about different programs, and now we'll talk a little bit about scholarships as well, because that's an important part of studying abroad. As I mentioned, it doesn't always have to be as expensive as you think. There are a lot of scholarships, and you can use your financial aid. The Office of International Programs, we have a study abroad scholarship. To apply for this scholarship, you have to have a STEM Houston GPA of 3.0 or higher. Again, a STEM Houston GPA, not transfer, not overall GPA. You also have to participate in an authorized study abroad program and be receiving academic credit for that program. If you are applying for one of our programs, it is authorized, and as long as you are participating for credit, then you can apply. We do have some of our faculty-led programs, for example, that will allow students to go on the program without registering for the course. If you go on the program like that, then you cannot apply for the scholarship. Our application deadlines for the scholarship. So if you are going on a winter break program, it's August 1st. If you're going on a spring program, it's November 1st. Our summer programs have 2 deadlines. So November 1st, yesterday, was our priority deadline for summer. But we do have an additional summer deadline of February 1st. We do accept applications until February 1st. All scholarships are awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. So it's not too late to still apply for the summer scholarship. Make sure you apply early, though. And I cannot accept a study abroad scholarship application until you have actually applied to the study abroad program. Every year we award about like around 100 scholarships. So there are a lot of opportunities. So make sure you turn it in. There is no essays or recommendation letters necessary. There's just the form. So make sure you turn it in. And for our fall semester programs, May 1st is our deadline. There are a lot of departments and colleges on campus as well that offer scholarships to students. There's no harm in asking your department or your dean's offices and see if they can have any funding to give out. The worst thing that would happen is they would say no. There's also a lot of external study abroad scholarships available that are not part of STEM Houston, and I will show you a few of those. But first, I'm going to add a scholarship link into the chat from our website where there's a whole bunch of scholarships listed. All right, some of our outside scholarships. If you're studying a language, the Born Awards is a great scholarship for you. They are focusing on critical need languages. So basically that are most languages except for languages spoken in Western Europe. So that would include Spanish, French, German, etc. So there are, and they do prefer that you are abroad for more than 6 months. They will accept students that are gone or are abroad for more than or for 1 semester, but they don't really allow summer programs unless you are a STEM student. And you have your application deadlines for the Born Award out there as well. The Gilman Scholarship is specifically for undergraduate students who receive the federal Pell Grant. The Gilman Scholarship award up to $5,000 to students, so it's a big award. Make sure you apply for that as well if you are eligible. March 5th is the deadline for summer and fall programs. I believe the application opens in January. Fund for Education Abroad is open to all students, and they award up to $10,000 to students. So they award a lot of scholarships as well. Their summer and fall deadline is January 7th. And then we have the Critical Language Scholarship. This is not really, it is a scholarship, but they would not award you money. Instead, this is a specific program that you're applying for that is, if you do win the scholarship, it is a fully inclusive program. The only thing that they are not paying for is your passport. And the Critical Language Scholarship is a Department of State program where I believe it's 13 languages right now that they are offering, and there are languages such as Japanese, Korean, Arabic, Urdu. I believe it's 13. Please go to their link and double check. And it is summer programs. Most of them are about 8 weeks long. And the application is November 27th. I'd highly, highly recommend that you apply for these programs. They are all inclusive. So the only thing, if you win this scholarship, the only thing you have to pay is the $145 for your passport or the $110 to renew your passport. Or if you already have a valid passport, it will be completely free, except for any spending money that you might want to spend additionally in that country. You don't have to be studying a language at STEM Houston to go on this program. As long as you are a student, you can apply for these programs. If you have any questions about the Critical Language Scholarship, please let me know. I'd be happy to meet with you. And especially with the deadline coming up soon, you do need to write essays that have recommendation letters for this one. So please go to their link and look at the application as soon as possible and get started on it. Okay, here are some common questions that we get, and please feel free to put any questions that you might have in the chat and I'll answer them. I have a medical concern. Can I still do study abroad? Yes, most likely. We'll do our very best to find the best program for you. There might be some some countries that are not suitable for you. It really depends on what kind of medical concerns you might have. But as I said, we'll do our very best to find the best option for you. Do you need to purchase travel overseas health insurance? Yes, you do. We do require that you have a health insurance that are covering you while you're abroad. But as I mentioned, we do have some different companies that we can recommend that have month-long plans for about $40. Can I use my financial aid for study abroad? Yes, you can for all programs, and we'll help you get through all that paperwork with financial aid as well to make sure that that is all set up. But I don't have a passport. Get a passport. You cannot go abroad without a passport. You cannot apply for a visa without a passport. And often you will need a passport and a visa, and they go together. Even if you don't plan on studying abroad like next semester, or if maybe you don't decide not to study abroad at all, I still highly recommend that you get a passport as early as you can. The passports are valid for 10 years, and it can really open up opportunities for you. Maybe someone has a last minute trip that you can get really cheap if you have a passport. Maybe when you start applying for jobs, maybe your employer wants to send you to a conference overseas, but you don't have a passport, so you can't go because it would take too long to get your passport. You never know. I highly recommend having a passport. All right, we do have some upcoming events on campus. On Tuesday next week between 9:30 and 11:30, we will have a CJ Study Abroad fair. It will be just like a small fair at the in the lobby of the CJ building. The Security Studies faculty program will be there, and I'll be there and talk about our general semester-long programs. Please come by if you're a CJ student, major or minor. Of course, other students are welcome as well, but we are focusing on criminal justice programs. The English faculty-led program, they are having some information sessions. We have one on November 15th, and then one in the Woodland Center campus as well on November 8th. All right. Does anyone have any questions? I haven't seen any questions come through the chat so far. I hope I've been able to provide you with most information. And as I said, this is sort of a brief overview of our study abroad process here on campus, and I'd be happy to meet with you in person. You can find my contact information here on the screen. You can email me, call me. You can make an appointment with me through Campus Connect. And you have our office buildings, Farrington 116, Office of National Programs. I also highly recommend that you sign up for our mailing list. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. And you can also find in the description of this YouTube video, you can find instructions on how to sign up for our mailing list. We send out information about different programs, scholarships, deadlines, and hopefully useful things to you. And to subscribe, you send an email to list_studyabroad@shsu.edu. In the subject line of that email, you write subscribe. And in the body of the message, you type subscribe, list_studyabroad, and then your name. So please feel free. I hope that you'll sign up for our mailing list. Just keep us connected, and also for you not to miss out on any study abroad opportunities. All right, I haven't seen any questions pop up in the chat, so I hope I've been able to provide you with a lot of information. And again, please send me an email if you have any questions, or come by the office. And don't forget, if you are planning on going on a summer study abroad program, please apply soon. And I'm happy to meet with you whenever you're ready to start applying. All right, I am going to close down this video. Oh, I see. Oh, right. I didn't have any questions, but thank you for the information. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. I hope everyone got a little bit of information out of this information session, and I hope I'll see you soon.